Hey guys, E-Drop here today, and I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit on robotics. So, to start off with, we're going to be working on our footwork a little bit. So, what I'm going to show you guys is how to robot walk today. And it's very similar to slow walking, which you're probably all very familiar with if you've done much for dancing, but it's slightly different. So the big difference is you want 90-degree angles. You always want to have yourself 90-degree angles. So what you're going to want is when you walk, like for instance, if I walk in, you're going to want elbows here, 90-degree angles. You don't want any bend in your wrist. You want it straight, both of them. Now you can this. You're going to want one back. You're kind of going to want to do this motion, but your body needs to be straight. A little bit of curve here at your hips, and then knees. Now they're not actually going to be 90-degree angles, but they're going to be perfect angles. They're not going to be, you know, more like a slant or anything like that. You're going to want to be straight in one direction, either horizontal to the camera or whatever. So like this, and then so that's your posture. And then when you walk, you're going to want a little bit, like when you walk, you're going to want to lift your feet, move straight out, put them down, and pull them back just a little bit. Not a lot. You're still actually getting a forward motion, but you're going to want to go up, forward, down, back a little bit, up, forward, down, up, forward, back, up, forward, back. And practice it a little bit, just saying. There. Practice it? Okay. So now, once you get our leg posture down and our body form, you're going to want to move your arms. Now this is a little bit tricky. You're going to have to practice it for a while, but I think you guys can get the hang of it. So, you're going to want to take your arms, and instead of just, because the slow walk, you're going to be like this. And you're kind of going to be waving a little bit, kind of loosely, whereas this, first of all, very stiff, like I said before, but also, when you're walking, especially in your arms, not so much in your legs, especially in your arms, don't have it be one solid movement. You're going to want tiny, lots of tiny little movements. Got it? Alright. So this is what it's going to look like. Get it? Okay, so now that we've practiced that, we're going to want to move on to our after body posture. And what we're going to want to do after we finish walking. So, what it's going to look like, you're going to want, once you're done walking, and you get here, you're going to always going to want, see, you're recording from this side or this side, whichever side you're not recording from. So in this case, this is the far side of the camera. You're going to want your far leg, the far side of the camera, to be forward and then be back when you're done. So if that means you have to go even a little bit off center, you know, this has to be it. Because if you're like this, and then you try to turn, get it like this, which is not what you want. So this leg right here, and you're going to want to use the heel of your far leg and your toes of your back leg. You're going to spin. Don't lift your feet up in the air like this. Just slightly weight distribute and turn. Got it? Turn. Kind of like gliding, pretty much the same thing, just weight distribution. So once you're done walking, you're going to go like this. Get it? And kind of puff it a little bit when you're doing this. So once you turn, you're going to want to do a little bit of shake. Not a lot, not like this type thing, it's like major puffing. But just a little bit like that. Got it? A little bit like that. Get it? Got it? Practice it. Alright, so now what you're going to want to do is, so once you're done turning and you got all that stuff done, just real quick tips, this is the fast part, but what you're going to want to do is, for your after body motions, and most people who do robotics don't do it by themselves. Unless you get really good, most of the time, you're going to want to do robotics with somebody else. Make it a little bit easier. But, you know, if you want to do a solo video or something like that, don't let me stop you. So, now that you're forward, you've turned, you finished walking, maybe you don't want to walk on the scene, but whatever. So once you're done here, you're going to want to, so you're going to be like this, let's say. And so now you're going to want to get into just a starting posture. Now if you don't walk in, say you're going to want to start out from the very beginning. But if you do, somehow, like, once you get here, you're going to want to pull your arms up and kind of get into this position. Just, not necessarily this position, but some sort of neutral, easy position that's pretty much starter. You're not going to be in some weird position when you start out. So always start from like this or something like that. We'll start from here. This is a pretty standard one. And so now you're going to want to isolate. Really, that's mainly what robotics is. It's isolating. So if I want to move my arm, say, I isolate it and I only move it. See, with robotics, unless you're really, really good, you can't. It's really hard to make multiple movements at once look good with robotics. In normal dancing, it's just fine. But in robotics, you're pretty standardly going to want to just isolate one section of the body. So that's going to be arms, maybe both arms, but if you move both arms, one of them needs to be synchronized. So it's head, whole torso, things like that. So thank you all for watching. I hope this has helped you a lot. Go practice this, work on it, and a big thing, what I've just shown you, is my form of dancing. It is not the end-all, be-all dancing, not even close. So what you guys are gonna want to do now is you guys need to go home, and you guys need to practice this and make it your own. Make your own style. So don't just what I showed you to walk in, do something with that. Don't just copy what I'm doing, because that's what a lot of beginner dancers do, and they really have a hard time breaking that habit. What you're going to want to do is always make your own style. I mean, seriously, guys, go have fun with it. That's what dancing is all about. Don't just copy. So if I do this, and you guys are going to want to do this. Just different stuff. Make it your own. Seriously. Thank you all for watching, though. This is E-Drop, signing off. See ya.